I remember coming in and I remember wanting to sing records. I wanted to sing R&B records. I grew up listening to the Whitney Houstons of the world, the Lauryn Hills, the Brandys, wanting to sing R&B ballads. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I grew up. And then coming down here and then people saying, oh, well, like, you're cute and you sure you don't want to do like this type of music? And
like what?
You know,
like pop it up.
Like pop it up and poke it out and sex it up and dumb it down. Yeah, it was all of that. And I remember being in tears sometimes, being like, I don't know who I am in this space because I'm trying to get people to see me for me. And also, one, I'm still on a journey of figuring that out. And two, like, I also don't want to be dictated by some standard of something that I'm still learning about, not even knowing if, like, I want to be, if that's my standard. Like, I don't, like, why can't it just be something else? And so, you know, one of the big feats that I had was when I first did It Kills Me, I remember going into record labels and people saying, nobody wants to hear anyone sing that well.
What?
Yeah. I was told I
Wait,
sang.
nobody wants to hear anyone sing that
well right now in that time of music.
But who was out at that time of music?
I mean, like, and it's no shade to anyone else. Like, I mean, Ashanti was the huge pop, like, R&B artist of that time. And like the music was more hip hop driven. It was more pop driven. And, you know, I was in here trying to be like, can I sing like Whitney Houston off the top of a mountain right now? Like,
yeah, Ashanti ain't singing Houston.
Can you
Whitney.
Give me a bridge? Can you give me?
Can we have a
bridge? Can we have a bridge?
Where did bridges go?
They are gone. They're gone.
Can we build a bridge to bridges?
Hello, that's a podcast.
I really miss the bridge.
The bridge was everything. A key change, a moment
modulation,
get vulnerable. It was, you know, it was a thing. And so I remember going into meetings and people being like, you're beautiful, you're young, like nobody wants to hear you sing that well or speak that well. And I just remember being like, you're too
This is like 05.
This is like
03, 04, 05.
My first album came out in 09. So this is like 07, 08.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Yeah, this is like 08. So, you know, it's that late 2000s. And, you know, a lot of industry people at that time were, of course, it's capitalism. It's a business.
But they're never right.
Yeah, no, they're not.
That's the part for me that's always like resonates. Like whenever you're seeing documentaries, like whenever you see people looking back, like I got it wrong, you know, like I missed it. And I just wonder like how the industry didn't stand. I mean, it's flipped because artists were like, you know what, now we are able to determine.
Right.
But I think there's something to be said for the fact though that like integrity is also you standing, like you said, it's you standing on what you know about you. Even in the process of learning other things, there's still certain truths that you hold to be self-evident that other people don't know or don't care about.
Right.
And that they will think that you can just toss to the
side.
wind.
Yeah. No.
Casually. And it usually is for the sake of either money or fame.
Yes. And to be honest, I didn't know either. So for me, it wasn't like I was already living the dream leaving Canada. You know what I mean? So
you're right. You picked the wrong one.
It's
I'm
like,
happy just to be
here. I'm happy being humble. Okay, let's be clear.
I'm not on no Rogers Wi-Fi.
No.
I am happy.
Rogers. Shout out to Rogers.
I am happy to be here.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, and when I started to face those challenges, you know, I realized throughout my entire career, it was always about finding your people. That's what it was, and that was going to be my journey from then until today. Like, that is, you have to find your people, and not everybody's your people. And like, that's okay. And then you can decide what level of sacrifice, compromise of integrity that you might have to take if you want to be at another level, at a different table with other people. And, you know, fortunately for me, I remember back with It Kills Me, I took that song to so many record labels, and so many record labels were like, wow, you can sing, but we're going to pass. And it was like, ooh, but I don't get it. Like, if it's so good,
right,
why don't you jump at this? Like, if you don't see.
Did they ever say why they were passing? Besides that you sing too well?
They just didn't think that a ballad would do well at radio at the time because of
literally. But okay. I mean, this has nothing to do with integrity, but I'm just thinking about that time. And it's like you have like Ashanti, Rain on Me.
Mhm.
You had, I mean, I'm sure Mary had some type of ballad at that time.
I think as a new artist, it was too much of a risk,
Oh,
right?
they wanted you to come out like,
yeah, I think they wanted, and mind you, my first single was "Give It to Me Right," which was like a throwback of a Zombie sample. It was more crossover. It had, you know, more of this like throwback feel, which was doing well at the time. That had like doo-wop feel. But "It Kills Me" was like this mammoth of R&B. You know,
I mean, it's
just,
a strong, it's an authentic
correct
R&B.
A word association with integrity. I like.
Yes.
And you know, and then I met Steve Rifkin, and Steve Rifkin at SRC Records brought me into his office, and he heard the record and he played it 13 times in a row, and he offered me a record deal that day. And that was the beginning of understanding that what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to be seen and represented, what I wanted to be recognized or respected for would be honored there.
I mean, this is the same person that signed the Wu-Tang.
I mean, yeah, same person.
So,
Loves hip hop, loves big ballads, apparently.
there you go.